2-1 against Arsenal. Of course, they lost an extra time one in the middle of the week. They soon put that right. I'm going to dig into that second half action now. KB, can we underestimate how big of a win that is for Manchester City today?
Not at all. No, I don't think there's any underestimation there. That was a huge, huge win for us to obviously kind of make things a little bit tighter at the top of the table and in search of that elusive third place Champions League spot. You know, that's something I think we'd certainly like to have secured by the end of the season as well. But yeah, the big thing to take away is an excellent first half performance, managing moments and seeing out a win. I think those are things that I haven't necessarily seen in, you know, the first half of the season. So I think lots of lessons learned from that midweek performance and then put things right today.
Laura, Bassett, for, you know, the players themselves, when you're coming off the, you know, when you get knocked out of a cup, how important is the reaction on the other side of that for them moving into, you know, the kind of the next half of the season, as KB said? Yeah,
it's huge, especially we spoke about how tight the turnaround was, but you're right, to go back-to-back defeats against the same team, a top team that you're vying for the same competitions for, it would have been horrendous. It would have been awful. So player mentality, you're looking for, as soon as you have a defeat, you're looking for a bounce back anyway. So to get that at home, how dominant, and that, we were talking, that first half performance from City was by far the best 45 they've put together all season. It was so impressive. And then, you're seeing, I think, the second half, they managed, Arsenal threw everything at it. Substitutions, change of formations. They got a goal. They looked more dangerous on the longer ball. I don't think Arsenal did that enough to challenge it. But whatever they threw at City, I think they dealt with. They matured. They showed a lot of maturity. The fatigue didn't really, you know, Gav Taylor only made one change. Fatigue didn't really play a part. Yes. You know, the game management was a very mature performance that second half from City. Very impressive.
Izzy, we were speaking about, you know, the kind of the bleeding in of new players that Gareth and the team have had to go through and saying there, you know, that's probably the best 45 minutes we've seen. For that squad of players, you know, we know what it does for them as a team, but for them as a squad that they're obviously trying to come together, I guess that does the players wonders as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think off the back of that defeat, it wouldn't have been a very pleasant bus journey home midweek for the City girls on Wednesday night. It wouldn't have been very nice because you're going to play the team again in 2 days. And how do you recover? How do you pick yourselves up? How do you then go in and put in a performance? And that performance, especially in the first half, it screamed, you know, mentality monster, leadership. Yes. You know, they just dominated in every department. They bullied Arsenal at times off the ball, Bunny Shaw in particular. And I thought Alex Greenwood today was, I've always said it, I think she's world class. Yes. And that last-ditch tackle on Gio at the end, she broke through for Arsenal. I think that epitomised what that City performance was about. It was grit, it was classy, and it was fully deserved. It
really, really was. We mentioned the first half. The second half went a little bit flatter, KB. I mean, they threw everything at us, Arsenal. City managed it well, but do you think at that point it became, right, we just need to secure the 3 points? I think
beautifully summarised by Izzy and Laura, you know, that there was obviously a shift in momentum and the appropriate changes were made from Jonas Eidevall, and I think mature sums it up just beautifully. Like, everyone kind of understood that we're just going to have to kind of, I don't know, take that wave of momentum and just kind of like deal with everything, get the habits right, the last-ditch tackles. But it screams to me of just like decisiveness and understanding what it is that they need to do in order to get this game over the line, the importance of it, the implications of it, and those types of things. So yeah, I think for me it was just really, really nice to see an understanding of how to see a game out, not taking silly, unnecessary risks. Like, I think the girls put their foot through it a few times. Like, we even see, you know, Yui at some point just, like, knock it into Rosette at the end. You know, we saw Gareth Taylor just saying, right, one more minute, like, just play in their half and just manage it. And I think, like, that just shows, you know, yeah, I think mature performance just sums it up beautifully.
We did get a goal in that second half. It went to Arsenal, and that kind of opened up the opportunity maybe them to get back into it. From a set piece, I mean, could City have defended it a bit better? Could you talk us through
Yeah,
that?
I think so. I mean, first of all, it was a good ball by Marnham in. I think it caused like a right, you expect a left footer to curl it in, but actually the right footer. But it just seemed when we were seeing it seems like Steph Horton got body checked, and she was on Leah Williamson. It seemed like there was good tight contact there, but then Bunny Shaw seemed to see as soon as the ball's been kicked, drop early as though she was in zonal marking, and then Rafaela Souza was all on her own. and she had a free header unchallenged. So it was just, was that Bunny Shaw's job to do in terms of to drop back to then attack it, but you haven't got a lot of time. I know the ball's travelling far, but you haven't got a lot of time to do that. Or was it to stay on Sousa? Did she just misread the flight of the ball? But there was a huge mistake there, and I think you could see by Ellie Roebuck's reaction, you know, to kind of what that wasn't the plan. What went on? There was a lot of confusion, and that she shouldn't have had a free header for starters. So yeah, it seemed like it was defended poorly.
And there was another little moment. There was almost a little bit of slight confusion again between, you know, Roebuck and I can't remember who it was, but we nearly were doing what Arsenal did, but actually we didn't go in our favour. And on the other side, we maybe could have had another goal, had a final pass maybe been there. It just eluded us, didn't it, in that second?
Yeah, I think it was that chance for Blackstenius when she went through in a foot race with Steph Horton. The ball had just gone direct and from the back from Arsenal, and it was a foot race between Horton and Blackstenius. And yeah, it's a very freak incident in terms of the ball. Blackstenius' shot has beaten Ellie Roebuck. Yeah. The ball's just come back off the post, and it's hit Ellie Roebuck's leg, and it's nearly gone into the back of her own net. And I think in that moment, KB, you might be able to give better detail on this, but am I being critical in saying Ellie's sleeping a little bit?
Well, yeah.
With the ball, as soon as the ball's gone past her, she's just sort of gone, oh, it's not my problem, but then it's come back and hit her, and it's almost been an own goal. Yes. And that could have been, you know, for all the chances that City have had first and some in the second half, that could have been fatal.
Yeah, exactly. That would have really been disruptive, I think, if that would have gone in. And I think, I mean, it's funny because I think, like, City obviously came out feeling pretty confident after that first half performance, but I think everyone knows that there was going to be a reaction from Arsenal. And I think that particular moment, the recognition from Leah Williamson to play that direct ball with the beautiful, like, really nicely shaped run from Blackstenius off Steph Horton, like, I think you mentioned it. I'm surprised we didn't see more of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that was just how they were continually getting in. And to your point around, you know, what's that battle like? Blackstenius is obviously being pressed quite heavily by Steph Horton as she's coming towards goal, and it's like, okay, well, what does that look like for Ellie? You know, is she getting set? Is she balanced? It looked like she was kind of leaning one direction, and then when the ball went to, I think, the goalkeeper's left, and then came back out, she was still kind of unbalanced, and that was a major flare, like a warning shot across the bow that, hang on a second, guys, they're here, you know, and a potential opportunity for Arsenal to understand that City are here for the taking, and we're really lucky that they didn't capitalize on that, because it could have been a completely different second half. And, you know, with the excellent header from Raffaelli, like, we could have been sitting here and having a different conversation. So, yeah, that second half was a big momentum shift, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I guess though as well, that's, you kind of want to be tested in that, though. It's kind of, as long as you come out on the other side of it, of course. But, you know, you are going to have, you know, throughout games, there's going to be those moments, and it's nice to know, right, you can deal with it, and it didn't end up by
Well, it's experience now. They've got it in the bag. They played a top team. They've gone through, the first half was sensational, like we spoke about. The second half, there was a few hairy moments, things to look back on, things to work on, improve, learn. But actually, you've got through it together as a team, as a squad. You know that now you can do it against any other team in the WSL and other top teams that you're vying for competition for, and to get those trophies and winners' medals. So, yeah, it's about, you knew kind of when you play top teams, it's not going to all go your way. Whatever happens, it's not going to go your way. And even Alex Greenwood standing up against Katie McCabe, you know, it's those confrontations. I'm not advocating fighting at all, but I mean, like, just stand, no, we're here, we're not going anywhere. We're not going to give up, we're not going to give you what you want, we're here to stop you, and just that collective kind of belief and togetherness. But it's important, that experience, to get across the line now, you know, having got those 3 points in the league.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It's like vital, isn't it? Because you think in maybe key moments last season, or even at the beginning, City would have lost that game.
Agreed.
You know, or drawn it. You know? So that's huge in terms of going forward. The confidence they'll take from that. You're absolutely spot on. Like, that's massive.
It really is huge. And one person that was key in that was Lauren Hemp, our first goal scorer. And actually, great time for me to say we can hear from her now. Here she is, giving us her thoughts on the game post-match after that 2-1 win against Arsenal.
So, Lauren, brilliant performance, fantastic result. How are you feeling after that one?
Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. Obviously, we were disappointed on Wednesday not to obviously get through to the final, but I think we really showed today the fight and the grit and the determination that we showed on Wednesday in the first half especially. But I think we showed it throughout the game today, which is what we wanted, and obviously it's a great result, and it now puts us in contention for the league. Like, we want to put a statement out to the league that we're here and that we're going to fight till the end, and we're going to make sure we're up there, and I think we showed that today. Yeah, you absolutely showed that. And I mean, as you said, the performance on Wednesday was there. It was just the result that was missing. So for you to score so early on must have been a fantastic feeling, and know that maybe it was our day today. Yeah, of course. I think it was only like the 3rd or 4th minute, to be honest, and that was actually my first touch, and I seen the ball coming in and I thought, Lauren, just kick it. You can't miss from here, surely. And obviously with it being the first touch of my game, honestly, it could have gone anywhere. But yeah, I'm grateful. Chloe literally put it on a plate for me, and she was fantastic today as well, obviously scoring the 2nd goal. And yeah, I think the whole team put in a massive shift, and like I said, it's given us confidence as a group, and obviously we're now going into the international break and in a great position in the league, and we're hoping to carry that on throughout after the break as well. Yeah, you mentioned Chloe and her ball in. It was corridor of uncertainty by definition, a fantastic ball. How important has she been, in the form she's showing at the moment? Must be fantastic as the opposite winger, seeing that. Yeah, of course. I think it's so important that, like, in training is something that we've been working really hard on to make sure we're more consistent in that final third, and I think it's slowly paying off. Like, we're getting the results that we want, but we know it could have been 5-6-0 out there today, but obviously we managed to grind that result out, and it's important that we stay focused, and we know there's still a long way to go. There's still a lot of the season left, but yeah, it's important that we now concentrate and we go away, we enjoy ourselves, we have a good international break, but when we come back, we're going to come back fighting, just as we've shown today. I don't know if you're aware, but it was actually your 50th goal for City today. Yeah, I mean, could be one of your most important ones as well. Yeah, of course. I mean, I'll take them where I can, to be honest. But yeah, what a moment to score my 50th goal, and yeah, it's a great feeling. I love playing at this club. I have done ever since I joined, and yeah, to sort of reach that landmark is special for me, and hopefully long may that continue. You could well have got 51 if Chloe hadn't got there first as well. Did you have a word with her about getting there? You know what, I actually felt a player coming up behind me, and at the last second I seen green socks, and I thought, you know what, if I kick this and miss-kick that, it could literally go anywhere. So I thought, Lauren, just jump. So I literally tried to jump out of the way, and we just ended up clattering into each other. But yeah, I mean, she deserved that goal, so I'll give it to her. Yeah, fantastic. Definitely worked out in the end. And just finally, over 4,500 fans here today, cheered you on the whole way, still waiting for you now as well. How important have they been today and throughout the season to really push you on? Yeah, so important. I mean, you can feel them when you're on the pitch. Like, you can hear the noise that they bring, and it's important even in 80th, 90th minute. Like, that's what you need every single game, and it's great to see that, and hopefully we'll see more packed out stadiums as the season goes on, because it's crucial times and every game is now you need to win. So yeah, hopefully we'll sell out more, and yeah, this is the start of something, and we hopefully it continues. Thanks, Lauren. Well played. Thank you. Thanks for that. Cheers. One of our goal scorers there, score of a 50th goal for Manchester City as well, so massive congratulations. And if you've seen there as well, if you can get down to one of these games in the season, come on down. It makes a massive difference, and great atmosphere as well, as you've probably heard if you were able to watch or listen to Alistair Mann on commentary. The forward three were great, but, you know, for the 50th goal as well, a hell of a player, Lauren.
God, she's frightening. I don't think she's even got a ceiling in how far she can go. Yeah, I mean, I play against her, you know, in the league, you know, hopefully only twice a season. But, no, she's outstanding, you know, she really is, and she's such a humble human being. We listened to her there, like she didn't even know it was her 50th goal. Some players would know in the back of their head, right? She just doesn't even know. And yeah, I mean, it was a delightful ball across from Chloe Kelly. I think that sort of winger-to-winger goal must be a really satisfying feeling for the manager as well. You know, that they've got the front three combining, and between the three of them and Bunny Shaw, they've all had a hand to play in both of those goals that City scored. But yeah, she's one hell of a player. I can't think of enough superlatives to describe her, and she's a lovely girl as well. Yeah, absolutely. I really enjoyed her talking about herself in the third person as well. Really into what goes on in her head in the game. Of course, we know we've got international breaks coming up now, so obviously the attention turned to that. Slightly, I guess, a little bit frustrating, you know, because you think you got a big win like that, you want to keep it going. But will it be, you think, easy for City to adjust back into this when we come back from that international break, do you think?
Well, you never quite know, do you? Because I think it's always a horrible time for managers, because you've got your squad and your players in such a good place, you know, mentally, physically, all the different technical, tactically, and then you just hand them over to the national team manager and you're like, please look after them the way we do, and please, like, don't break them, you know, all that kind of thing. So, yeah, but as soon as, Gareth Taylor will get his players and squad back together, it'd be like, look, you know, trying to harness all the emotion that they're feeling now, try and harness that back. Look what we did. Look, can we get straight? But and players will be, really itching to get back in form and flowing like that, especially in that first half.
Absolutely. And that does put us above Arsenal currently in the WSL. And Lauren said there, puts us back into contention to be fighting for the league with a game in hand, though. But I guess psychologically it's also important as well to put us back in, given the start of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can't even probably measure how much confidence the girls are going to take from that performance and the result. To see your team slowly climb up the table, there's a really a positive association with seeing that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they'll go away, to the Arnold Clark Cup with England, and hopefully Serena will look after them. I think she will. I think she seems to demonstrate that she's pretty empathetic in that way, and she takes those things into consideration. But as soon as that's done, they'll be really keen to kind of get back and firing, because I think we mentioned that there's quite a few big fixtures coming up for City on the return from international break. So, yeah, they'll be keen to just secure, some top table positions.
That's it, and keep that momentum going. Well, listen, I've got to say, I've absolutely loved the show. We've been saying each time it's absolutely flown by, and that's down to you three. So a massive thank you to Laura Bassett, Izzy Christiansen as well. So great to have you on Matchday Live. Please come back. And Karen Bardsley, always an absolute pleasure. Thank you. And thank you to all of you for watching. So that is just today for Matchday Live, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow. We've got a great show lined up for you as we take on Aston Villa. We welcome them to the Etihad Stadium. Stilian Petrov, Darius Vassell and Gareth Barry are guests on Matchday Live. But before that as well, don't forget the EDS are in action against Liverpool. Brian Barry's Murphy's team can go 5 points ahead of Chelsea with a win. So you can watch that on City Plus and Recast. And I'll be back with you in a couple of weeks' time. Massive congratulations. 3 points secured for our women's team in the WSL. They now move above Arsenal. Let's hope our boys in blue can do it tomorrow as well. Have a lovely Saturday and enjoy the weekend. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.
Alvarez on the edge of the D. Plays it out wide to Grealish. Grealish pops it in towards the run of Haaland. Mahrez controls it, and it's off the underside of the bar.
David Silva's delivery. Manchester City have pulled it off again, and it's the most unlikely of heroes. Gareth Barry to Darius Vassell. There it is. Darius Vassell back at Villa Park for the first time in the Premiership. Gets his 4th goal this season.
Pressure off to let fly. Everyone knew what was coming. Just wide of the mark from the Bulgarian.
Yeah, I think with the new manager coming in, I think they will be a lot more organised, a lot more structured, and in the same time he likes to attack and he likes to be a little bit open.
I'm not nervous regarding the Villa game. I think the game may mean they sit deeper because we dominate, but in regards to us creating chances and dominating, I'm confident we beat Aston Villa at home.
I think Villa could be tough, but at the same time we've got too much quality in our team to not get 3 points.